I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 6 English lesson on correlative conjunctions. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with your username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. Grade 6. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of correlative conjunctions. All right, so when it comes to correlative conjunction, right, we said our chapter is correlative conjunction. Our subject is English language arts. Grade 6. All right. So the lessons that we are focusing on under the chapter of correlative conjunction is to use the correct pair of correlative conjunction and to fill in the missing correlative conjunction. So that is going to be our lessons that we are going to do under our chapter of correlative conjunctions. All right. So we said in our previous lesson that we had subordinating conjunction, right? That is in our previous lesson. And a subordinating conjunction, right? And subordinating conjunctions are words and phrases that links a dependent clause to an independent clause. And some of our coordinating conjunctions are words like because, unless, whereas, as soon as, since, as, the, wild, right? And we see that subordinating conjunctions are essentially parts of a complex sentence which has at least two clauses. That was a subordinating conjunction. Now we're going to do correlative conjunctions, right? All right. So when it comes to correlative conjunctions are, like we said, it is almost like a pair of something, right? And we have words like both or and. We have words like not only but also, right? These are, we have neither nor, we have either or, and we have whether or, right? Those are correlative conjunctions. So our correlative conjunctions for both or and not only but also are used to connect two things that are each true. For example, both Natalie and I play the piano. Means that both of us are playing the piano. So we can say both Natalie and I. And there we use the word both and we use the word and. Both Natalie and I. So both and. All right, and then we have Tammy not only, because remember we said that the correlative conjunctions, both or and, as well as not only but also, are used to connect two things that are each true. So we said both Natalie and I, right? It connects two things, two words, two names, and it is true. And then we also have another one that says Tammy not only directed the show but also wrote the music. Not only but also. All right. And the correlative conjunction, we also have words like neither or nor. right? So neither nor, right? When we use the correlative conjunction neither nor, right, it is used to connect two things that are each untrue. So both or and, only or but also, those shows that things are true, but neither nor, it basically shows that it is untrue, it is not true. For example, neither Ryan nor Emma has been to Canada. All right, so we see that when we use the correlative conjunction neither nor, and then it is used to connect things that are each untrue. Untrue means that it is not true. And if we look at an example, it says neither Ryan nor Emma has been to Canada, meaning that both of them haven't been to Canada. And then we have another one that says the correlative conjunction, which is either or. We already have neither nor, now we have either or. It is used to connect two possibilities or choices. Two possibilities or two choices. So we say that we have neither nor that is used to show that two things are each untrue. But then we have either or, right? So as much as neither nor, either or sound the same, but either or is to connect two possibilities or choices. It's either this or it's that. For example, either Alyssa will answer the phone or it will go to voicemail. And then we also have the correlative conjunction, which is whether or. It is used to connect two possibilities or choices and express some uncertainty about which is true. And if we look at an example, it says, I'm not sure whether Brian and Sonia borrowed my book. Whether or, right? And that is our correlative conjunctions. And once again, a correlative conjunction, it shows pairs, right? That is connected. Pairs that are connected. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca and we're going to continue our chapter on correlative conjunctions. We're going to use the correct pair of correlative conjunctions, and we're going to fill in the missing correlative conjunctions. All right, so when it comes to correlative conjunctions, right, we need to use the correct pair of correlative conjunctions. We see that the correlative conjunctions have both or and, not only but also, right? And these are used to connect two things that are each other. All right. And we said when we use the words correlative conjunction, which is both or and, not only but also, it is basically to connect two things that are each true. So if I were to say that Nadine and I did something, right, then it means that it is true, right? Because both of us also, like, we both did whatever, right? It's like admitting or agreeing or stating. And then Tammy not only directed the show, but also wrote the music, right? That is the truth because she did both. She directed as well as wrote the music. And then the correlative conjunction, neither or nor, are used to connect two things that are each untrue, right? Either or is to show two possibilities or choices, and in whether or, it is to connect two possibilities or choices and to express some uncertainty about which is true. All right, so now we're going to look at an activity where we're going to use the correct pair of correlative conjunctions, right? It says we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction by either using words like not only but also, both or and, neither nor, either or, whether or. All right. So if we look at the activity, it says we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. It says the elevator is slow. All right. So if we were to choose the correct words to add within that missing sentences, right, then we would go with not only, so the elevator is not only extremely slow, but also completely broken because we've been waiting here for 10 minutes. And if we use the word not only but also, right, then it is used to connect things or two words or two things that are both each true. And correlative conjunctions, we said it is used in pairs, right? And they show or they are used to show a relationship between two equal parts of a sentence, right? So it either shows two equal parts of two, it can either be two nouns, two verb phrases, right? And some of the common correlative conjunctions are words such as both or and, not only but also, neither nor, either or whether or. All right. So we said that when we did our, all right. So it's actually the elevator is either extremely slow or completely broken, but we've been waiting here for 10 minutes. Whereas this person said that it is not only extremely slow, but also completely broken. That just sounds the same. All right. If you look at the next one, it says saving our wetland would benefit alligators, fish, and other animals that live on it. And if we were to look at that one that says complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction, saving our wetland would benefit not only alligators, but also birds, fish, and other animals that live on it. All right. And if we choose the correct one, then yes, we can say saving our wetland would benefit not only alligators, but also birds, fish, and other living animals. All right. So which means that this is then true, which is saving our wetlands would benefit not only alligators, but also birds, fish, and other animals that live there. All right, if we look at the next one, it says Ivan looked up. The Chicago Bulls. The Los Angeles Lakers had won more champions. So Ivan looked up. The Chicago Bulls, the Los Angeles Lakers had won more championships. We need to choose the pairs. And if we were to choose the correct pair, it says Ivan looked up whether the Chicago Bulls or the Los Angeles Lakers won more championships. All right, so this is basically the words that we can use. It's whether or, not only but also, neither nor. All right, so once again, we have words like not only but also, neither nor, either or, whether or, right? All right. So now we're going on to our test where we are going to select the correlative conjunction, right? And we said correlative conjunctions are conjunctions that is used in pairs. It's either or, neither nor, right? It's used in pairs, right? And they are used to show the relationship between the two equal parts of a sentence, right? For example, like a noun or like a verb phrase. So it says that some common correlative conjunctions, right? And we made mention of both or and, not only but also, neither nor, either or even whether or. All right, so now we're going to our test where we are going to use the correct correlative conjunctions. All right, so we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. Do you say either Aunt Bianca or Uncle Mark was confused about the storm, so I wasn't worried at all? Or do we say neither Aunt Blanca or Uncle Mario was concerned about the storm, so I wasn't worried at all? All right, and if we were to choose the correct one, we will be like either Auntie Blanca or Uncle Mario was concerned. So it's actually neither nor, which means that there wasn't untrue. An editor not only corrects grammar mistakes but also checks for facts. Or we can say an editor whether corrects grammar mistakes or checks facts. All right, so we can say an editor. Do we say an editor not only corrects mistakes but also checks the facts? Or do we say an editor whether correct? Let's go with the first one. Not only corrects the grammar mistakes but also checks the facts. All right, so the first one is correct. Oatmeal is, do we say oatmeal is not only delicious breakfast but also great for dry skin? Or do we say oatmeal is whether delicious or breakfast or great for dry skin? All right, so we can say oatmeal is not only delicious for breakfast but also great for drying skin. All right, so if we were to choose the correct one, right, and then we would choose option one, which is soft corals are found not only in tropical season but also cool in dark areas. All right, so we can say soft corals are found not only in tropical season but also in cool, dry areas. All right, so if we were to choose the correct one, we would say soft corals are found not only in tropical seasons but also in cool, dry seasons or areas. So do we say the chocolate I ordered was neither hot nor chocolatey? Or do we say the chocolate I ordered was either or chocolatey? And if we were to choose the correct one, we will say neither nor. All right, and neither nor is correct. The canals in the city of Amsterdam are, they say, whether charming or great, or the canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming but also great for traveling around the city, or they are not only, so we can say the canals in the city of Amsterdam are either weather charming or great for traveling around the city. All right, and if we were to choose the correct one, right, we can say that the canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming but also great, right? So we're going to fill in the missing correlative conjunctions, right? It is pairs that we made mention of. And we said a correlative conjunction, both or and, not only but also are used to connect two things that are each true. And that is why we say correlative conjunctions are conjunction that is used within pairs. They are used to show a relationship between the equal parts of the sentence, such as two nouns or two verb phrases. All right, so we can say we're going to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. Do we say either or? Oh, yeah, it says neither my dad nor my uncle has a beard. So this one is going to be neither, not either, but neither, right? So now we're going to fill in the missing correlative conjunction on our test. It says that musician plays. Do we say both the banjo but also the guitar, or do we say that musician plays not only the banjo but also the guitar? And remember, keeping in mind that it is pairs, right? That is already worked up. So which means that we will go with option two, not only but also they go together. All right, so we can say both Bactrian camels, do we say, and Arabian camels store fat in their humps, or do we say both but also? All right, so if we use the word both and then our pair for both is and, so both Bactrian camels and Arabian animals store fat in their humps. So that is correct. We can either swim in the lake, do we say nor play in the creek, or do we can either swim in the lake or play in the creek? We need to choose the correct one. All right, so if we were to say either, the pair for either, right? So we can say we can either swim in the lake or option two, play in the creek. Because either or goes together, neither nor goes together. Isn't it surprising that? Do we say either Jeffrey nor Ellen has been to the new stadium yet? Or do we say neither Jeffrey nor Ellen has been to the new stadium yet? All right. So we can say, isn't it surprised that either Jeffrey nor Ellen has been to the new stadium yet? But we can say it is option two because it's neither nor, and we say either or. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on correlative conjunctions. We said correlative conjunctions, right? It is, with the correlative conjunctions, it is used in pairs. They are used to show a relationship between two equal parts of a sentence, such as either a relationship between nouns over phrases, right? And our common correlative conjunctions, like we said, was both or and, not only but also neither nor, either or, whether or. All right, so this is the end of our lesson on correlative conjunctions. Thank you very much for joining the class. Till next time, goodbye.